What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our player ratings here on Anfield Agenda after Liverpool have beaten Spurs by 4-2. Jurgen Klopp's third to last game as Liverpool manager ends in a victory. Yes, it would have been nicer if we could have kept a clean sheet, but all in all, I think it was a much improved performance from Jurgen Klopp's boys. Just two more to go now. Villa on Monday week, and then we finish up with Wolves at home in what will be Jurgen's last game as Liverpool manager. So, if you haven't joined us for a player ratings video before, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through, give all the players a score out of 10, and finish up by giving Jurgen a score as well. Asking you guys, as always, to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, but most importantly, don't forget to hit your subscribe button. Now, we are proudly being brought to you, my friends, with thanks to our amazing sponsors, manscaped.com. You can get this absolutely beautiful performance package 5.0 Ultra with 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping with our discount code Anfield20. Scan the QR code or use the link in the description. You'll get 20% off and free shipping, not just on the performance package, but everything else at manscaped.com if you use our discount code. So look, let's start off with Mr. Allison Becker. I don't really feel too bad about us conceding 2 today, and he stood up in some big moments and his distribution was good, but we did concede 2, so I've got to reflect that on my scores today, and I've given Allison a score of 6 out of 10. Next up, Mr. Trent AlexanderArnold, and I thought his passing ability today was on display again, and it was brilliant. I thought he played well. I thought defensively, up until we made the changes, we looked quite solid, limiting Spurs to just one shot in the first half, none on target, but the changes did change the game a little bit. So I'm not going to be too harsh on Trent today. All in all, I thought it was a good performance. I'm going to give him a score of 7 out of 10. Next up, Jarell Quansah, somebody who, according to the Daily Mirror, will be receiving a lucrative new contract from Liverpool at the end of the campaign. I think it's a very well-deserved one, and I'm fully on board with extending him. Today, I thought he was okay. Virgil was slightly the better of the two centre-backs for me, but look, Quansah is progressing rather nicely, and I think the biggest compliment I can give him is that he just looks like he belongs there. Looks like he is a top quality centre back in the making, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he continues his development under Arne Slot. So today I'm going to give him a score of 6. You might think that's a little bit too harsh, but I had to allow for Virg being a bit better, which I think he was. So with that in mind, let's move on to talk about our captain, Virgil van Dijk. I like the intensity of the team huddle before the game, by the way. He really did seem to get into the boys and get them G'd up for it. And I thought it was a good display. I don't like us conceding 2 goals in the manner that we did, and we still need to address that. But up until those changes, I thought we were all over them. We were far the better team, and the changes took a bit of the sting out of the game for us, and we took our foot off the gas a little bit. So I'm not going to be overly harsh on Virgil. I'm going to give him a score today of 6 also. Next up, Andy Robertson. Oh, Andy. What a performance from Robertson. If it wasn't for Elliott, he would have been the man of the match in my opinion. Absolutely phenomenal from Robbo. If he still has that left in the tank, then I don't think we need to be looking for a left back. If he continue on in that vein of form, I'll be over the moon with it. I thought he was absolutely sublime today. So for Robbo, got to give him a score of 9 out of 10, and I think he should agree with me, to be quite honest with you. Everything else, fair enough. But on Robbo and Elliott today, I hope you've seen what I've seen, because I thought they were both brilliant. So look, we move into midfield. But before I talk about Wataru Endo's score, I'm going to give you a bit of a heads up. Our Cardiff Show is now officially on sale. You can scan that QR code or use the link in the description of this video. Tickets are priced at just £15, or you can get a family ticket of 4 for £50. It's an all-ages event, and I cannot wait. We're going to be the 2nd of August in the Richard Burton Theatre. Hope to see you there. So look, Wataru Endo. I thought he was okay, and I've got to be honest, I do think his position will come under threat in the summer, and the little murmurings that you're starting to see come out from the journalists and the newspapers kind of suggest the same. I understand why Liverpool brought him in when we didn't get Caicedo, and I have to say overall he's been more than good for us, but I do think we need to spend big in that area to get a worldie. And with all due respect to Endo, who I don't think has really done anything too wrong, I think under Arne Slot we're going to need somebody a little bit younger and a little look to the future. But I'd still be happy to keep him around. Today, though, I thought he was okay. We did manage the game really well in the first half, but I didn't see too much from Endo in there. And maybe I'm wrong, and I'm open to being wrong on this, but I'm going to give him a score of 7, which I think is a good score, but I do think all in all, we could have been a little bit better in the second half, but I can't really blame Endo on that. Next up, Alexis McAllister. Good display from him. A lovely ball that he played in right-hand side in the build-up to the first goal, if my memory is correct. And look, I love Alexis McAllister. I'm intrigued to see how he's utilised in an Arne Slot system, but today I think he did okay. Not pulling up any trees, but a decent enough performance, so I'm going to give him a score also of 7 out of 10. Next up, your man of the match. The broadcaster's man of the match, and in our vote, he ran away with the poll to be your Anfield Agenda man of the match. What can I say about this performance today from Elliott? He has the third highest assist now in 2024 in the Premier League, behind Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne, who tops the list. His goal today was quite simply sublime, and his all-around effort and work rate was phenomenal. That was one of the best performances I've seen from Elliott in a Liverpool shirt, and undoubtedly deserving of a score of 10. Perfect for me. No notes. Anybody who still doesn't think this kid is good enough, give your head a wobble, because I don't know what you're looking at. He is top quality, and that was a top quality performance today from Elliott. Well done, young man. Next up, Lucho. I don't think he was poor, but he was the poorest of our front three that started the game. I think he may move in the summer if he gets a move that suits him. And I hope he doesn't, because I do like him. But there's more and more stuff starting to come up, and it's getting a bit worrying at this point that somehow Liverpool isn't good enough for him. But today, look, if he can add some finishing, that's what he's letting himself down on, in my opinion. He's a little bit too obvious at times in what he's trying to do, cutting inside. I think he takes a little bit too long before getting a strike away. And I thought he did okay today, but as I said, in my opinion, the worst of the front three. I'm going to back that up with a score of 6 out of 10 for Lucho. Next up, Mo. Brilliant. Much better. Thank you, Mo. More of that, please. I don't think he was at his imperious best. There's no denying he's lost a yard of pace in that, but he was really involved in the game today. Got himself a goal. I think he got an assist as well, if my memory's right. And what more can we ask? Yes, you're going to say to me, Craig, he missed a sitter from 3 yards out. He did, but it looked like it was one of those decisions that he didn't know what to do, didn't make his mind up. By the time he tried it at the last second, swung a right boot at it and didn't get the connection. You can see why he's a left-footed player there, because the right foot was clearly not doing what the brain wanted it to. Yes, I seen it, and I am acknowledging it, but I still think all in all he put up a very good game today, and it was nice to see some smiles and positivity after the little to-do on the touchline recently. So I'm going to give Mo today a score of 8 out of 10. Next up, Cody Gakpo. He looked so much more comfortable out there today. He was really good. I loved the little celebration from his goal as well. Little nod to his newborn baby Samuel, and congratulations again to Cody and his wife. Yeah, look, brilliant. So happy for him. So happy that people are starting to come back around as well. And he will have a place under Arne Slot, no doubt about it. Today, Mr. Cody Gakpo gets a score of 8 out of 10, and I think he's very well deserving of that score. Next up, Mr. Joe Gomez. And look, we did look weaker when the substitutions were made. I thought Joe actually did some good defending. The back post with Brennan Johnson, and then another one that was played across the 6-yard box, Joe mopped up. But, you know, you could see the difference between him and Andy Robertson when he came on. That being said, I'm going to give Joe a score of 7 because I think it was one of the better of the substitutes. Next up, by Cecic. And I honestly, I don't really care how he played, because it's about getting minutes into his legs. And this was his first Premier League game in 14 months. He still did quite well. The stats backing up his display today were that he had 9 out of his 7 passing attempts went in the right direction. 6 out of 8 of his duels won. 2 recoveries. And look, he is going to look a little bit rusty, and it is going to take time to build it up. But it's brilliant to have him back in the squad. It's great to see him getting some minutes, and I'm looking forward to a full campaign with him next year. So I'm going to give him a score of 6 for his cameo today. But as I said, it isn't about how he performed. It's just about getting minutes back into the legs. Next up, somebody who I think a lot of us felt should have started, Ryan Gravenberch, and I think he looked decent when he came on. I'm still anxious about these links to Galatasaray. I wouldn't be looking to move him on if I was Arne Slot. I think there's many good years left to come from a 21, 22-year-old kid. So for me, good today when he came on. I would like to see him start the next game of Villa away. I'm going to give him a score of 7 for his cameo from the bench. Darwin Núñez. So a couple of little notes on Darwood. Clearly, he's suffering a crisis of confidence at the minute. I don't think any of us can deny that. And in his brief 10, 12 minutes on the pitch, he encapsulated everything. Some offside decisions that were questionable of when he timed his runs, some poor finishing, but also some decent spells have shown that he can get at defences. If Arne Slot can get confidence back in Darwin and something clicks, it'll be worth it. But nobody can make those guarantees. I just hope he starts discovering some form for him and for us. So today I'm going to give Darwin a score of 6 for his cameo from the bench. Dominic Szoboszlai, I think a bit of everything when he came on. Some good running, some poor decision making. The shot that he took trying to beat Vicario at the near post, no way do you ever shoot at your near post like that. You go back across the keeper, because if you notice, Darwin was there, and if Vicario had made a save and panned it out, Darwin may have had a tap in. That aside, he does add another dimension to us when he comes on, and again, I think we're going to see a lot more from him next season under Arne Slot. So for Szoboszlai, I'll give him as well a score of 6 out of 10. And last up, Jurgen Klopp. The third last time I'm going to have to give Jurgen Klopp a score, and I'm just glad that he got that win today, and I'm glad that we've seen our manager smiling again, and the world feels a little bit better for it. And I hope he enjoys his last few weeks at the club, and we can give him a send-off of 2 more victories, because he deserves it. His team selection today was more than justified with the performance the lads put in, racing into a 4-goal lead. The substitutions, look, they didn't do us any favours, but ultimately the game was won at that point, and I'm going to give Jurgen today a score of 8 out of 10. So, my friends, that is the Anfield Agenda player ratings video. It is over to you guys now to let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know. I'm off now to record the social media reactions for the Anfield Agenda Clips channel, so don't forget to check that out as well. And I'll be back on at 8:30 for Late Night Agenda. Until then, I'll catch up with you. Bye-bye.